Okay, let's continue with our adventure. We need to talk to the protocol droid. It's without a doubt that somehow involved in this. Just
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
it's just is it what's his role?
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Hmm. What's that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, stop with it! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
It's one of those things. Person was writing a letter and he just happened to write. What's happening when the enemy comes and kills him?
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
He clearly just stood there and let the guy be killed, so... I'm looking for a way into the Paragus hangar bay.
Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
Then how did the T3 unit get through it?
Clarifying query. Did the T3 unit go through the door? I regret ignorance of that fact, Master. Although the door could have been opened from the opposite side without much difficulty, a flaw in the emergency lockdown procedure, which the automated systems have most likely corrected.
What about override code?
Answer. Only the Paragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
Yeah. Murdered in an unfortunate accident. Is it possible to contact him using a comlink?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
Satisfaction?
Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives.
There must be a way to reach them.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Yeah, I want the codes those miners have, and when I have the codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this rock. What the fudge? Okay, I don't like either answers. This is some of the problem. It's a goody two-shoes answers versus a total gigantic asshole. Why would I go there to murder? Yeah, why can't the option be I only want the codes those miners have, and when I have the codes, I'll leave this rock? Why does it have to add I'll dispose of them? Why the hell would I? want to murder some goddamn miners. Yeah, I'll choose the first one because this is totally retarded, and the second one is totally retarded. So the miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right.
Warning, Master. Continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Okay, I'm your master and I'm giving you an order to assist me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master. But there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
So how do I get the code to the airlock?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Hey. But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Yeah, you can mimic voices. Can't you speak the code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Okay. I think I can persuade him to get him to say it, because that's the only thing I'm really good at, so... Although ethics programming droids are believed to possess.
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
Yeah, I understand if your limited functionality prevents you from mimicking the maintenance officer's voice accurately.
Irritated objection. Master, there is nothing wrong with my communications functionality. I will prove it. A recitation. Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5. There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yep. I'm guessing this works at all because he doesn't know that you can record the voice. He's not going to willingly open the code for me. Yeah, I think that's all I need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself? Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Okay, how do you know me?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was the previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Yeah, why don't you tell me anyway?
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Incapacitated?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
Maybe you better explain the stupor part.
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
So I wasn't sealed in the cargo hold, someone locked me in. Yeah, who could it possibly have been? Okay. Locked.
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
How did I get from the Harbinger to here?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea what had attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
So... why would they take me on board?
Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
So, at least at the moment it seems he's trying to get the exchange bounty too on me. Why did the Ebon Hawk come here?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find that out?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
Yeah, what unpleasantness are you referring to? No. That information wouldn't be in the core word databases, only in Jedi archives.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Potential hostiles?
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulary has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
Okay, what happened with the miners when we arrived?
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Okay, then what?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
What about the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
What do you mean by that?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer. I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
So now we have a pretty good idea what's going on here. I'll be going. He's killed everyone. And he's trying to prevent us from gaining access to the ship to escape.
It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
When the hell did we get poisoned? Has to be the excavator droid. Crap. Go away. Oh crap. So, heavier mining droids. Ooh, we're about to die. One of them got a great hit on us. It's something like 16 points of damage. I think we're better off maybe even using the energy shields at this point. We have 10 of them. I'll finish using the Paragus heat shields first. Nothing worthwhile here. Ooh. Floating mines. Run away. And we use the Sun Droid to get rid of them. No. We'll be using advanced mining later, heavy mining later. Heavy mining definitely. I'm terrible at this. Yeah. The lift. Yeah, the plasma torch is just too good for this. Who can I... Ah, Constitution determines what kind of implants can you use. So that's a big crappy thing, because our Constitution is 12. That's not going to be enough for anything. Paragus maintenance console emergency lockdown in effect. Yeah, we'll use the enter voice print code.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Voice recognition confirmed. Maintenance authorization active. Full system access granted. Okay, open door to airlock with maintenance officer override. Let's look at the cameras. The droid maintenance area has been sealed by emergency lockdown. Yeah, and new programming has been introduced to keep it from opening even if the lockdown is cancelled. Yeah, there's no way to shut it off from here. Maintenance level. Fuel line. There's our missing droid. There appears to be a damaged T3 unit dumped into the fuel line. Maybe you're missing T3 unit. and a metal case. So we definitely need access to the fuel line. Airlock camera. Emergency subroutines. Oh, comm system damage inoperative. Single unit destroyed. Emergency subroutines. Check for exits from the fuel depot. Containment field active. Turbo lift active. Emergency turbo lift shut down. Airlock active. Ventilation systems. Ventilation systems active. Mining tunnels, dormitory section. The ventilation systems appear to be disabled except in two areas. The mining tunnels on the level above and the main living quarters on the other side of the asteroid. The ventilation system in the mining tunnels activated as soon as the containment fields went down. The system is now venting fuel out to the surface of the asteroid to keep it from building up within the facility. A trace source of containment field shut down. The containment field appears to have been shut down via remote in another section of the facility. Can't get a signature on the ID terminal, so because we don't have any computers or security skill. So let's look at the logs. Oh, quite a lot of them. Let's start at the top. Sonic imprint sensor.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands.
Ebon Hawk droids.
Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebon Hawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so there's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off.
Yeah, so you gave it access to the droid main behavior cores, and suddenly things started to go wrong. Jedi.
Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in medbay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Exchange bounty.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Korta. Korta said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Korta and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Korta wouldn't...
Sonic imprint sensor update.
With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulator subroutines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. It should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens.
Okay. Log. Okay, voice print ID log. It has a sonic sensor tag. I think you can piece together the password from these logs of the maintenance guy, so that's why that's an option, but we already had it, so it's just a normal log for us.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebon Hawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter. But I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
Security problems.
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Why indeed? Look out. We achieved what we tried to achieve, so time to level up. Wish it. We might put... I was thinking we might want to get charisma higher, but I don't know. To be honest, I would have dumped dexterity too if I knew that constitution was determining factual implant. Well, it is what it is. Not gonna worry about that too much. Persuade and awareness, street injury. We might want to raise repair too. I don't know. No. For the moment, we'll keep treat injury. One power. Can we make an upgrade? No, we need to pick something new again. Right. Well, speed is always useful. I just like the effect of the speed. It blurs the screen quite a bit. So it doesn't look all that good on the monitor, and I suspect it looks even worse in a recording, so I'm not too keen on using it. We'll go with slow. I want the plague ability, it's very good. No, there's no point going there, even if we can. We need to go to the airlock. Space. Okay, this looks ridiculous. I'm slowing it down just so it doesn't look quite so ridiculous. I do like the fact that I can sort of hear the breathing. Not a lot of other noises. Screw that. I know this looks ridiculous, but it seems like there's a very long way we need to go, so I'm using the maximum speed.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Really? Maybe you should look up.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
Yeah, I need to reach the miners in the dormitory section, and this is the only way to get there.
You're crazy. even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
Something wrong.
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents. Right in your path.
Can't you shut them down?
I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Boo. Now the fuel pipe should be open.
He has come.
I think we need to shake our way to the exit. So trouble has found us. Energy shield, oh, data pad. No, the fire suppression systems have gone active and I can't even make it to the dormitory section. I watched the turrets turn their carbonite freeze arrays on Laban before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, their range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor. But I didn't have any ranged weapon to take them out from a distance, and I didn't have a stealth field generator to sneak across the room either. I tried unlocking the storage room door to see if there were any cold resistant items or grenades I could use, but the door was sealed from the lockdown. I don't know enough about security systems to open it, and I don't have a sonic charge to blow the door open again. Okay, still, as long as the droids don't make it into this section, I should be alright. For you. Yeah, you missed the door. That's wonderful. Flexible underlay marching. I think that's a stealth upgrade. Insulated gloves probably help with the freeze rays. Sonic discharge, enhanced energy cell. Okay, are these additional upgrades? No. This upgrade part can be used here. Oh. Okay. Insulate guard. 30% immunity to fire, cold, 20% to fire. It's something. I think we're better off with a ranged weapon in our alternative weapon slot. Automated fire extinguisher. So they have a range problem. So we're not gonna go anywhere near them. Yeah, can't hit a stationary target, that's a wonderful. We should get rid of at least. I don't want to do that. We could get some of those mines. That would be most welcome. I certainly can't, but that does not mean I can't access this area with the rest of the group. It's Kreia and Aten at least. Aten might be able to disarm mines. I doubt Kreia will. She seems like a Jedi. She knows too much, she dresses like a Jedi. Or at least some kind of Force user. Shift assignment console. Emergency glass door. Maintenance doesn't matter, we regenerate, even this minor regeneration is enough to keep us in the fight here. I do want to check out what the computer panel here is. Because this work assignment console emergency locked our primary functions offline. Okay, we have 5 repair pods. We could reroute the main console system one part. You have rerouted the system bypassing the main console functions. Okay, in dormitory emergency lockdown. Well, good. Okay, now we can access that. Check duty shift logs. These appear to be nothing more than long lists of work assignments, with the number of miners available for duty decreasing over the past 3 days, citing several midway logs. Okay. Remote camera. Let's try the communication system. All you hear is a slow hissing, otherwise the dormitories appear to be deathly silent, so that's the deadly gas. Camera controls. Mess hall, there's no gas here, a little bit of steam, but nothing major. Yeah, this is a death room. We can't go there either. We could shut down the ventilation system, but I don't think so. Not yet. Same here. We're back. I'll level up again. That area there on the north should be the dormitories. Yeah. We do need to go there. I want to check these other areas first. Damaged cylinder, we need a mine to access that, and we don't have one. Plasma torch. It's just so much quicker with a plasma torch. I wonder how we're supposed to get out of here. Surely not through the space again. So there has to be another way out. Yeah, broken items. We're breaking everything. No, it can't really be held. I guess I could leave them locked and come back here later. But there's no guarantee that that'll lead to a... I might not want to come back here for that, and there's no guarantee that I can come back here. So I'll try to gain access to as many things as I can, no matter how I obtain that access. I'll always act under the assumption that I can't go back to an area I've been. At least, usually. So once I leave it, I'll leave it permanently. So, meaning I'll try to do as many things as I can before leaving. Survival kit. Chemicals. We don't want to use a lab station right now. At least I don't think we do. Breathing mask. I swear, they're never going to get around to fixing the ventilation systems, and if the food processors back up again, then next time the fumes start flooding the mess hall, I'll be dead rather than just nauseous. I'll keep the breath mask here just in case we have a repeat incident. So, immunity to poison. We should be okay in the dormitories now. Yeah, good old breath mask. Guidon Beacon. Huh. Got another lecture about contraband today. Security hasn't started doing spot checks of our quarters yet, so my cash in the lower bunk in my room in the eastern dormitory should be safe. You don't even know it's there unless you know to look for it. KOTOR came around again asking if I had any special cargo to sell. I was getting a bad feeling about how he was asking. I stayed quiet about my stash. I'm going to keep that blaster I smuggled from Telos and a few grenades there just in case things get rough. Only benefit to having a room the farthest from the door is that it should buy me enough time to dump the contraband if security does a surprise inspection. Yeah, what the hell was that weapon? No. Guidon Beacon. Physical damage level. Miners use these beacons to stake claims on asteroids. It can double as a battle staff, and the anchoring pike on the tip can be used as to slash opponents. It's not worth using. Okay, this is the Korra. This hololog looks like it needs to be plugged into a holo reader in order to play back the content. So this is where their trip ends. Turbolit access console. Open the door. What? Enter 5-number code sequence. Numbers range from 1 to 2. We can slice the door. I'll see if we can find the code. Okay, camera logs. Recording 5 minutes after emergency lockdown.
Holmes didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you murklack. You're cutting a little close, aren't you?
Yes, a regrettable miscalculation on my part. I'm contacting you because I'm picking up a subspace transmission from within that level. Is that your doing?
No, they must be trying to use the old relay system to send an emergency signal. I doubt they know what's really going on.
Hey, this turbo lift's locked down.
Try the code again, and don't worry about the miners and their transmission. By the time help arrives, we'll be all the way to Nar Shaddaa.
Oh, they won't be leaving the dormitories. The explosion within the tunnel has damaged the ventilation systems, causing breaches in the core exhaust conduits.
What? That's going to kill them all!
Not all of them, but I'm sending a number of mining droids to your location right now to correct that problem.
Korra, this turbo lift's locked down. The sequence isn't working.
Keep trying it! You! Why are you doing this? Why me?
You. It was never about you. The Jedi is all that interests me, but then you had to ruin everything by revealing her identity and then trying to harm her. And that I cannot allow.
Statement. You are a risk, Korra. You are impulsive, crude, and soon, deceased.
Mocking smug statement. I believe I forgot to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes, in case you managed to get this far.
We still don't know the code, but we know that they're reversed. So once we find them, just reverse them. Getting a lot of level ups. I guess the game doesn't want me to be on a low level character for long. I don't mind that, because usually low level characters in a D&D like system like this are very limited in what they can do, and the gameplay is sort of a very boring what it is, even on levels 5, 6 and upwards things start to get good. On a low level you're very prone to getting killed very easily, because there's a great variation in damage and critical hits, so they can easily, if you get a bit unlucky, you can die very easily. And you have very few abilities, so here it seems like level 6 is where we get some of the more interesting abilities. So I'm actually glad that the game is moving in that direction very, very fast. Yeah, another ability I don't really want anything. We could take the wound, but it's totally useless. We need to get to level 9 before we can make anything good out of it. So we need the horror, so we could take the thief. On the next level, I hope I get 2 abilities. There's a lot of good abilities. At least 3, 4. Yeah, 4 abilities that would be useful on the next level. So I hope I can get at least pick more than 1 power, otherwise it's... I can't get everything I need to be able to keep playing. If I can get 2, I can take an anti-droid ability and a combat ability. So I should be able to make it. And we're out of shields again. We have 15 energy shields, so I'm inclined to keep them on most of the time. Otherwise, I'll never use them. Well, at least as long as I'm soloing things. I'll quickly go to the other dormitory, see if there's a droid there too, and kill it while the shield is still active. Gas here too. Yeah. Administration officer. Hololog. Ballistic shielding Mark 1. Sixth battle suit. Ooh. Yeah, medium armor proficiency. That's not too bad. And it's not a problem if we can't use it. But I do want medium armor proficiency on this guy too. More upgrade parts. Damaged door. We would need a mine to get through it. don't have any mines. Okay, common lock console. Let's look at insert miner hololog. Miner, KOTOR log active, warning, log encrypted. Huh. Play KOTOR's hololog. Check the transmission. Transmitting subspace for last sequence. That has to be the code then. I don't want to write it down. Hopefully the game does that for me. If not, we're going to have to come back here and write it down. Okay, mine administrator hololog. Emergency status report.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the medbay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, she could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to her? Without it, the turbo lift to the administration level is locked down.
Those hologs look weird because the eyelids are transparent. Okay, inventory and supplies.
We just took an inventory of our supplies. We've got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe she could... No. She's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since KOTOR and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey, what's happening to the ventilation system? It's...
How did the holo recorder record all this? I can't imagine them recording in such a wide area. Imagine it you making personal logs and it records God knows what people doing in the background. Okay. That's it. I can't access KOTOR's hololog, at least not yet. What about the turbo lift lockdown? Okay. First 3 numbers: 3, 17, 13. Okay. I do need to check it. Transmission.
The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
3, 17, 13, and it has to be reversed, so... X is a 5, slash is a 10, so 3, 17, 13, 5, and 7. Seven, 5, 13, 17, 3. Broken lock terminal. So if we find any logs, we need to go to the other dormitory to listen to them. Well, I do want to find the cache of items, but this was hidden here somewhere. Dock officer corpse. Yeah. At least one extra log. I don't think we can access that. Oh, what the hell is that? My foreman log, so 2 new logs. I think we might need to blow open those doors in order to get access to the secret cache. So we're just going to have to abandon it, at least for now. You probably only needed a demolition of 1 to be able to do all this. So a skill monkey would have been perfect here. A lot of extra things you could have done. Now what did we get? Mine... Insert mine foreman hollow. Much trouble.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Crescimento tru grab avano flank tour na saganich. Grave no ku se bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grimpatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der interunto wakere que wapa terra chingaradana. Ferra rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibo no botot. Dosene caramala blue incident mel rebe chinchin
Yeah, Corta and his group has been trying to recruit this guy.
Retu contrada sono con cere non grum. Geraktada cemenza bingaro rukutoto und chuchura remananza. Der interunto wakere que wapa terra chingaradana. Ferra rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibo no botot. Dosene caramala blue incident
He
mel
doesn't
rebe
want to
chinchin
do it.
cranactada.
He's afraid of the exchange and the Jedi, so talk with Corta failure.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Crescimento tru grab avano flank tour na saganich. Grave no ku se bate. Trawinsto so potuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grimpatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der interunto wakere que wapa terra chingaradana. Ferra rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibo no botot. Dosene caramala blue incident mel rebe chinchin cranactada.
Okay, he knows that they're about to... They're planning with the maintenance officer to smuggle me out here. And he doesn't know what to do. Must take action.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Crescimento tru grab avano flank tour na saganich. Grave no ku se bate.
Yeah, that he knows about their plan.
Trawinsto busuto neliep grimpatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der interunto wakere que wapa terra chingaradana. Ferra rampada no de ringtada nel camera cella fibo no botot. Dosene caramala blue incident mel rebe chinchin cranactada. Ferra to rampada no rinca nel camera cella fibo no. Turu kawre kare papanara ranchinga. Totorere senisensen. In the session tranda un lontros na what sesh. Ona ju un senisensen drawicha nel camera cella fibo no.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher.
Yeah, he confronted the maintenance officer, but naturally he doesn't know anything. Dock officer hololog.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main hub. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck.
Yeah, field depot, forest field.
The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here. Unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter.
Distress transmission.
Managed to use the holo transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolift's, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
Yeah. Oh, indeed. So now we can get the hell out of here. Open door. Enter code manually. It's a 7, 5, 13, 17. Log out. So yeah, now we're back right from where we started, but since the new ship has docked here, we should be able to gain access to new areas.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave at once.
Enemy?
The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed.
Who is this enemy?
The story is a long one, and time is short. Come, we must go, and quickly.
Yeah, alright, let's go. It's not we can discuss things when we're not about to get killed.
We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that has docked here.
Kreia has joined your party. When she's in your active party, her mentor special ability gives everyone a bonus to earned experience points. We'll give her the survey gear. And an energy shield. Everyone gets an energy shield. Adrenaline amplifier. Vibro cutter. She has a fantastic array of attributes. Absolutely amazing, much better than mine, so this wisdom would be a good option for her. Treat injury, stealth. Yeah, awareness. I don't want to give her the same set of abilities as me, so I'll give her the Force Scream. I don't want to give her repair. Be something else, anything else. Ooh, 1 point of demolitions. Someone has to have it. Okay, what powers? She already has a generic combat ability. Maybe stun. Since I'm not getting that line of abilities, maybe it's better for her to get it. And speed. No, we'll force Valor. Because it will pass the entire party. Just out of curiosity, I go back immediately.
Yes.
There were 2 areas we needed to access here at least, but that would require mines. I just wonder if it should be enough of a skill to get some of those mines. It has to be able to gather them up, otherwise it's not worth anything. Yeah, skill too low. We could certainly disarm things, but yeah, just won't do it. Okay,
Yes.
you have for burst of speed, so run. Now the whole screen turns into a blurry mess. I can't see this going well in a recording. It looks terrible on my screen. So I'm not going to be using that. Please stop. I think I'll end here anyway. There's a lot of things to do and we already did much, so we'll leave the rest of the Paragon Station for another time.